Hey there, and welcome to another episode of Tuned In, where I review cartoons. No matter how new, no matter how old, no matter the cost. Get to use my old handle, because this actually is a review for once. I decided, it's semi-topical, probably making way too many videos involving the current world situation, but this was still a kind of fun. This was still a kind of fun movie and series that followed for me to review and for me to look over. I actually kind of remember these fondly. So, I don't usually do movies, but I'll review this movie. I'm going to be covering Osmosis Jones and the subsequent series Ozzy and Drix. It's not a very good picture. At least that's not what I see here. But anyway, whatever. Yeah, so we'll see you, I'll put the title card before nowadays. Let's just move on. Osmosis Jones was a movie that premiered in the fall of 2001. It was mostly an animated feature, but included some live-action scenes, mostly starring Bill Murray. The whole idea of Osmosis Jones was, it was a crime drama. Well, it was a police movie, a standard police movie, but the hitch was, it all happened inside the human body, with the white blood cells that normally fight infection and disease were serving as the police officers. This is where our titular character Osmosis Jones comes in. He is a white blood cell. And he is pursuing a case that is pretty much just pushed aside and ignored by the rest of the division. For one reason or another, mostly focused on a big celebration the mayor has, showing political corruption, and attributing that to a unhealthy body when it comes to the Bill Murray scenes. We see that the body that this is all taking place in is not taking care of himself at all, and is kind of really gross. But Osmosis Jones pursues a particular case after picking up a hard-boiled egg out of a dirty pile of mess at a zoo. It causes Frank, the body involved, played by Bill Murray, to pick up a exotic disease that threatens to absolutely ravage and kill Frank if he has a chance. And that's our villain of the movie, is this virus, naturally. But there's lots of fun stuff that happens. I like it. It unfortunately... Oh, yeah, I'll cover this part first. Osmosis Jones, was played in the movie by Chris Rock, comedian Chris Rock. And he eventually gets a partner. When Frank starts getting a fever, a headache, and stuff like that, he takes takes a painkiller and fever reducer, and that takes the form of the cyborg-esque, by the books cop character, Drixenol, or Drix, who shows up as this pill dude. He's kind of robotic. And he's played by David Hyde Pierce, Nigel Crane from Frasier. Now, tragically, the movie was, and I think in this case tragically, the movie was a box office failure. It only made $13.5 million in its initial theatrical run. Not even remaking the $70 million budget that it had. Now, many movies, this has happened to, and it deserved it. I do not think this is the case. Osmosis Jones, I think, had a lot of potential, and I actually enjoyed it, but what do I know? Moving on, not just a year later, so this show was in production before the results of the movie came out, and they had no idea how bad it was going to turn out. But they released an animated series in 2002 that ran for 2 seasons with 26 episodes until 2004. There was no live action scenes, it was completely animated. But Ozzy and Drix was a situational cop comedy adventure thing, and it was enjoyable, little hit or miss sometimes with the episodes, but overall I kind of enjoyed it. They switched up the cast because I guess they couldn't afford Chris Rock and David Hyde Pierce all the time. Understandable. I know as a kid I never noticed, but I think looking back on it now, I might be able to tell the difference. But Ozzy, instead of Chris Rock, was now being played by Phil LaMarr, who plays various roles you may be familiar with. Hermes Conrad from Futurama, Samurai Jack, and Ozzy, our white blood cell. Where Jeff Bennett played Drix. I know Jeff Bennett a lot less. I'm not entirely sure offhand what he also played. I could look it up. I used to do that a lot with these episodes, but Jeff Bennett. The name is familiar. I'm not sure offhand what else he's played, but he played Drix in this. Yeah, I could have prepared a huge elaborate thing. My Toon'd episodes in the original format used to be very long-winded, throwing tons of facts that maybe not many people cared about. Trying a little something new, a little bit more relaxed, and to try to be more comfortable. And maybe if I am more comfortable with this, I'll review more often. I always thought that I was boring the audience to tears with the old series, and I wasn't even having fun reviewing. But this was nice to talk about. I enjoyed this. I think that both the movie and the series probably could have deserved to do better than they did, but it is what it is. It's known by enough people. It just didn't make enough of the moolah. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters. That's it. That's it for my review of Osmosis Jones. It basically came down to, well, I liked it, but do some facts, and then just went like, yeah, I liked it. Maybe give it a chance if you can. That's not a quality review, but it's a review nonetheless. And just if you get a chance, at least give it a shot. And I do recommend starting with the movie. It introduces a lot. The series gets weird. And anyway, they flex their creative muscle a lot more in the series, I think. They had more time to do so. But anyway, that's gonna be it for me. Until next time, this was Josh the Fox Mills, and telling you, stay tuned.